If you hear words like boutique, boulevard, champagne, corset, or souvenir, you can guess that they come from French. But there are many other words that Spanish took directly from French and included in its dictionaries without you having the slightest suspicion. Next, we present to you 10 French words that you frequently use in Spanish and probably don't even know it. Number 1. Afiche. The word affiche is synonymous with poster or placard and is defined as a sheet of paper, cardboard, or other material used to advertise or provide information about something or some event. They are also often used to decorate young people's rooms with their favorite singers or bands. This word originates from the Latin affectum, which means fixed or stuck, and is the past participle of the verb affingere, to apply. Later on, through phonetic evolution, it became affiche in French, and its use has been documented in France as early as the 13th century. Finally, Spanish adapted it into its lexicon as the word afiche. Number 2. Brooch. This word is defined by the Dictionary of the Royal Spanish Academy as a set of two pieces, usually made of metal, one of which hooks or fits into the other. A brooch can also be a piece of jewelry. In this case, the brooch or pin is used to fasten a garment externally or simply as an ornament. The word brooch comes from the French broche, which derived from the Latin broca, which is the neuter plural of the adjective brocus, meaning sharp or prominent, and it was applied to people who had very prominent upper teeth. And over time, it became associated with the way these teeth fit over the lower ones. That's why it ended up referring to two pieces that hook onto each other with the prominent lower ones. Number 3. Driver. Driver or chauffeur is a synonym for someone who drives a vehicle, either as a profession or simply as an activity. Driver is a word taken from the French chauffeur, which comes from the verb chauffer, which is the result of the French evolution of the Latin verb calefacere, meaning to heat. And this is because, until the end of the 19th century, the driver was responsible for keeping the fire going in steam engine machines. And although it was the designation for the first automobile drivers, this term was already used to refer to the firemen of other industrial machines, such as the steam locomotive. Number 4. Hood. A chest can be generically defined as a sturdy box made of metal or wood with a lid and a lock, usually used to store valuable objects. It can also refer to a trunk or a kind of chest where jewelry or some personal treasure is usually kept under lock and key. The origin of this word is in the Latin coffinus, which means basket, and this comes from the Greek kophinos. But it was the French who transformed it into the word at some point in the Middle Ages, and from there it was inherited directly into Spanish, without major modifications. Number 5. Plot. This word is defined as a premeditated collusion between two or more people against another person or other people. It can also mean a plot or conspiracy of a political or social nature of any kind. This word comes from the French complot, which was used in the 12th century. Originally, it referred to certain agreements that people made on the battlefields. and according to the Etymological Dictionary of the Romance Languages by Friedrich Diaz, the French formed this word from the Latin term complicidum, which shares the same root as other words like accomplice and complicated. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to get notified about new videos. Number 6. Cordón. Normally, cordon refers to a cord, usually round, made of silk, linen, wool, or any material composed of threads. One of its most common uses is as a shoelace, which is used to fasten and secure shoes. It is also used in other contexts, such as the umbilical cord, which is the tie that connects the mother to the fetus inside the womb. The word cordon comes from the same word in French, cordon, which appeared toward the end of the 12th century as a diminutive of cord, meaning rope, and which comes from the Latin corda. Number 7. Elita. The Dictionary of the Royal Spanish Academy accepts both the word elite and elite, and it refers to a minority group of people who have a higher status than the rest of the people in a society, in reference to equality or professionalism, and from there, other words like elitist and elitism have been derived. This word was acquired through the French élite, which comes from the old participle of the verb élire, which means to choose, and originally derives from the Latin eligere. Number 8. Feast. A feast is called a banquet, held to celebrate a special occasion, which may include music, dancing, and other entertainment activities. Feasts are usually held to be celebrated with family or friends, where the most important thing is to delight the guests with a magnificent display of delicacies on the table. The word feast comes from the French festin, and most likely the French took it from the Italian festino around the middle of the 14th century. Festino literally means small party, but over the years it became more associated with the food than with the party itself. Number 9. Meringue. For those who love desserts, you'll know that meringue is a sweet treat made by mixing egg whites with sugar and baking it in the oven until it reaches the desired consistency. The word meringue, like many other cooking-related words such as strawberry chef or gourmet, comes from the French word meringue, and there are several theories about its origin. The most widely accepted theory says that the French took this word from the Latin term meringue, which is a corruption from the word merenda, which means snack, since apparently these snacks were given in the afternoon as a way to appease hunger a little. Number 10. Chakal. This carnivorous mammal from the canine family, just like coyotes, wolves, and dogs, lives in Africa, Asia, and southeastern Europe. The Chakal is recognized because it represented the deification of the god Anubis, the god of mummification and the dead in ancient Egypt. Philologists have established that this word came into Spanish through the French word chakal, and this in turn was adopted by the French around the beginning of the 17th century from the Turkish chakal, which comes from the Persian sagal, and it was through French that this word spread throughout the Western languages. Number 10. Mr. Seg. If we move to the field of geometry, we can define a zigzag as a series of lines that alternately form repetitive inward and outward angles. And the verb to zigzag has been derived, which means to snake or move in a zigzag pattern. This word was taken from the French zigzag, which was taken from the German Zigzag, from the root sage, which means pointed. In fact, the original French word was zigzag, until in the early 18th century, its spelling changed to zigzag, and that's how it was also recorded in our language. And that's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to this channel. I invite you to also activate the bell so you'll be notified when there's a new video. See you soon.